Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm just going to talk. But one of the things I wanted to show you was the conundrum of trying to keep your pack weight down. Now, when you go to put the stuff in your pack, you'll put everything in that you've got on your list weight-wise, and then after 2 or 3 days goes by, you'll see things. Just things. Think, that doesn't weigh that much. I can put that in my pack. Let me give you a few examples. Okay, say you got your pack down to 5 pounds and you're all set. You've got everything you need. You've run all the scenarios. You're safe and you're comfortable. And something like this pops up. This is a set of monoculars. This is a monocular. It's a single eyepiece, very high quality, nice image in it, no blur. It's a nice piece. And anytime you want to see anything off in the distance, especially when you're up on the summit, it'd be nice to have. Go, no go. Tough call. You're not going to be at 5 pounds anymore. As soon as you put that in there, you're going to be over 5 pounds. Pillow. Memory foam. It's one of those horseshoe-shaped pillows. Sleeping in a hammock, you don't really need a pillow. The way they're shaped, but I gotta admit, it'd be nice. A little heavy. This was a tough one. Water bag. Holds all up. Weighs 2.5 ounces. Be nice to have it, especially if you're in a place where it was hard to pump. You could get the water right out. Take your cook pan and fill it with water and take it right out on the ground where it's level and let the sediment settle out of it before you filter, or fill it up and take it up to the shelter and filter or do whatever you want to for water. If you want to wash up or something, it'd be real nice. 2.5 ounces. It all adds up. Cup. It's a 1-cup cup. Came in that first aid Boy Scout kit I got. It's got increments on it for, 1/3, 1/2, and all that. Nice little thing to scoop up water with, or measure something, or if you need to measure 12 ounces of water, 1.5 of these. Real handy rig, and it doesn't weigh, probably weighs, less than 1 ounce. Keep it, leave it out. These are, and I want to talk about these while I've got them. These are water purification tablets. Now, as long as my filter works, I'm not going to need these, and I've never had to use them. They don't weigh much, and I think beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would take 6 of these. And what I wanted to, okay, one more thing, and then I'll talk about these. 10 feet of Spectra cord. Doesn't weigh too much, could come in real handy. And it's a good idea to have a little cord in your pack, and I don't have any. So this will probably go in my pack. And to be perfectly honest, probably the cup will too. Okay, somebody asked me about, instead of using a water filter, what about water purification tablets? Well, my stance is this. If you read on any of these that I've seen, it says not for daily use, for emergency use only. So I'm thinking that they're not good for you to use them over and over every day, all day long, drinking water. I mean, putting this stuff through your system. I think this stuff will actually kill off the good bacteria in your system if you drink it daily. That's not a good thing. But let me just read this little sentence down here on the bottom. This is This is the good stuff. Leaves no flavor. It kills everything. MicroPure MP1 water purification tablets. Corrosive. Causes irritations in eyes. Causes irritation, eye damage, and skin burns. Harmful if absorbed through skin. Harmful if swallowed. Do not get in eyes or skin or on clothing. Wear protective eye gear, safety glasses, protective clothing, and rubber gloves. Wash hands thoroughly as soon as water treatment and handling. Remove contaminated clothing and wash clothing before reuse. Is that something you want to put in your water every day? I don't think so. So my stance is I would carry this. There's 4 of them in here. There's 2 in each one of these packets. I would carry this, but boy, I wouldn't want to use it every day. I don't think it'd be good for you. Now we reach my last subject. Redwood Outdoors and I were talking in email, and he had this little kit with a 7-ounce cup. Now, turns out that he doesn't cook. He rehydrates his food way in advance. He'll take a meal, put just regular cold water in it, and put it in his pack and let it rehydrate for, a fairly long period of time. And that works for him, and that way he doesn't have to carry his stove and fuel. But he built this little tiny cook kit, which I did in another video. And by the way, weighs under an ounce, weighs 26 grams. So he asked me about a different stove. He wasn't happy with the Graham Weenie stove that he had, and I can see why. So anyway, I went out in the shop and built him a center burn stove for a really small pot, and a small pot with a ring in it. It was on the other video. And I was going to send it out to him Monday. Now, he brought out that he doesn't really need to even boil water because he's just using it for like coffee. And if he brings it up to 180 degrees, that's fine. So I can see that, and I believe he uses a water filter, so he's not doing it to purify it. But I happened to be watching another video, and the gentleman said, I don't see why people are all crazy about boiling water. He says, I don't see any reason to boil water. He says, you can't drink boiling water. You don't need it for coffee. I don't see any reason to boil water. As long as you bring it up till it starts to bubble a little bit, it should be fine. I was amazed that came from somebody that backpacks because, number one, you want to have the ability to boil water. And by the way, the stove he was using just barely boiled it, so I could see why I believe he was trying to stick up for his stove, which didn't really boil water. But anyway, you want to be able to boil water because you may be in a situation where you need to purify it, and the only way to purify it is to boil it. Second off, as far as I know, every single dehydrated backpacking meal sold says on the back of it to add boiling water. Anybody that backpack knows that. So you have to be able to boil water to purify water or to treat and rehydrate a meal. And if you're using water and you're not filtering it because you're going to cook with it, you certainly want to boil it before you do anything else. So I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Get out and hike. Take a friend. Enjoy the great outdoors. And more important than anything, try to be nice, leave no trace, and have a really great day. Bye-bye.